Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Zebu Nation. This is our Loser to Legends series with CLYDE FC, and it's time to take a look at the season. There's some interesting stuff going on, but first, I've realized that we're 8 episodes in now, and I haven't really looked at any legends, right? This is a Loser to Legends series. We're trying to become a legend at CLYDE FC or elsewhere, but we haven't actually looked at any legends. So let's take a look at some legends right now. How about the CLYDE FC legends down here on the left-hand side? We got Tommy McCullough, Harry Haddock, Tommy Ring, Archie Robertson, Matta Gemmel. He's coaching staff. Doesn't say head coach, just says coaching staff. So I tried to look this guy up on Wikipedia, but he's not actually on the CLYDE FC Wikipedia list. So I'd like to know what this guy is all about. So I'm going to have to look him up a little bit, do a little bit more in-depth research later. But what's cool about this page right here, even though we can't actually look at any of these legends, is that we can see the progress that we have to make. Over here on the right-hand side, you see we got favored personnel, and then in the middle, icons, and then on the left, legends. So that's the progress we need to make. That's our path from loser to legend. We need to first become a favored personnel, and then an icon, and then a legend. So right now on the favored personnel, there's actually a couple of active guys. Actually, all of these guys are active. But Scott Ferguson is one of our players right now, 23-year-old winger. He's been with the club for 5 seasons. Looks like a homegrown fella, so you can see why he might be a favored personnel. We got David Hutton. It says here head coach. But when you click on him, he's a 32-year-old goalkeeper. He played for CLYDE for 3 seasons from 07 to 09. So, I mean, I guess he's getting ready to retire and become a coach, but whatever. He's still one of the favored players here. Icons, there's a couple of guys we can click on here. Jim Duffy, head coach. So this is where we need to get to. Look at this guy. He is way better than us right now. 15 defending, 18 working with youngsters. So we're miles away from this guy, and he's only got a 1.5-star reputation. He does have a Continental A license. So we're going to have to work our way up to that. 58 years old. So we got a few years to catch up to this guy, but still, it's a long ways away. The other thing we could do is we could become a legend in Scotland. So we can take a look at Scotland here. General, take a look at their legends. They got a long list of legends here, of course. Paul Lambert, I think, was a guy I was looking at. Yeah, he's the head coach of Scotland. He's a legend already, even though he's their current head coach. But look at this guy. This is what an international coach looks like. He is really good. No weaknesses in this guy's game other than attacking and goalkeeping. But other than that, he is really, really good. 2.5-star Continental reputation. So even looks like 2 3/4 star. It's even more than a half star. Anyway, a really long ways to go to reach this guy, and he's only 48 years old. So you can see sort of the difference in quality of coaching, especially when you come back here and we look at our own little meager profile here, where our highest rating right now is 4 in attacking and defending, and our reputation is a mere half-star with a National C license. So we got a long ways to go to become a legend, but I just wanted to finally show that after 8 episodes. You're going to see, where we're trying to get to with this save. All right. Now, let's go to where we're at in the competitions. And as you can see, 30 games in. So there's about 10 games left on the schedule. Well, there's less than 10 games left. There are 6 games left on the schedule. That's weird. All right. Anyway, 6 games left on the schedule. And I decided to stop here and talk about what's going on because a lot has happened since the last episode, number 1. And number 2, we've got some very, very important games coming up. So we have crawled our way back up to 6th place after 30 games. We got 11 wins, 9 draws, 10 losses, total of 42 points, plus 2 goal differential. So we're actually in the positive right now. So that's that's better than where we were not too long ago, where we were, a few goals in the negative. But our defense has improved. Our offense still hasn't improved that much. But, we have managed to scrape together some wins and some draws, and we've almost caught a couple of different teams. We've almost caught Berwick and Stonehousemuir. Now, what's really sort of driving me crazy right now is seeing Cowdenbeath up here with 54 points. This was a team we could have went to. We could have went to Cowdenbeath, and but we decided against them because they were a semi-professional team, and we sort of turned our nose up at them. We still haven't scouted them, I guess, but they got 54 points. They are killing us. So maybe Clyde hired the wrong coach. They should have hired whoever went to Cowdenbeath. But anyway, let's not worry about them. Let's worry about ourselves right now and where we got to get to. Where we got to get to, we'll look at the schedule. It's been up and down, really up and down. Let's see, last time we played was over here with Ayr, where we got beat 3-1. But since then, we've got 3 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. So it's not the greatest campaign ever, but it's pretty good. We're in the positive there. More wins than losses, and an equal number of draws to losses. And it's been, you look at their 2 losses. We lost to Cowdenbeath and Stirling. So those were big, big losses because those teams are so far ahead of us. But if we look at the schedule going forward, we got a lot of teams to play that are right in that area. We got Montrose, Peterhead, Cowdenbeath, and Stirling. Look at the competitions. There's Montrose, there's Stirling, there's Cowdenbeath. There's Peterhead right below us, just 1 point below us. And then we finish off the season against Berwick. So all of those teams other than Edinburgh City, all of those other teams are right near us, and we're fighting with them for those final couple of playoff spots, which is that was the goal when we started. It's pretty much the goal of the board too. The board wants to finish top half, so that means 5th place. We got to beat Berwick or Stonehousemuir for that 5th place if we're going to hope to keep our job. So it's an important stretch run. We got an important game coming up next on the schedule. So before we get to that game, let's run down the checklist real quick because some interesting things have happened. First of all, under 20s, we had a youth intake, and what a youth intake it was. They called this a golden generation in the email that I got, and I kind of agree with them. Look at the quality, at least the potential in these guys. 3 4-star guys, at least 4-star potential guys. And, they each also have a dark star as a 5th star, so these guys could possibly be 5-star players for us. And then we got a couple of other guys with 3.5-star, 3-star, 2.5-star even is, a serviceable player. So we got potentially 6 players in the next few years. I would say minimum 2 years. These guys will probably be in the lineup for us if we're still here at CLYDE FC. And this is the kind of thing that makes me want to stay at a team like Clyde. If we can get promoted or if we can just stick around for a few years, these kids could be the foundation of something, long term at CLYDE FC. So that's very cool, very important. And one of the best players here, just to note, is Jordan Manson, 16-year-old goalkeeper. This guy could be our backup goalkeeper right now, honestly. And if something happens to our starting goalkeeper, if something happens to Curry, I'm probably going to play this kid. I'm probably going to have a 16-year-old in goal for us because he's already better than our backup. So we're going to keep him in the under 18s, unless there's some sort of major catastrophe. But it's nice to know that we have this guy available if possible, because backup goalkeeper was one of the huge holes in this team, and now we filled that with a youth intake. It's pretty cool. Very happy about that. I will move on to finances, something I'm very not happy about. We're 97,000 pounds in the hole, and it's just getting worse. Our payroll and our budget just keeps going up. And I don't know why. It must be from all those clauses in these contracts with in terms of games played and goals scored and all that stuff. Because we're now up over 200,000, 212,000 is what we're spending. We've only got a $210,000 budget, and there's, as far as I can tell, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't get rid of any of these guys. I can't tell them to stop scoring goals. I could stop playing them in matches and be like a penny pincher, but at this point in the season, we don't really have the luxury of doing that. So as you can see here, we've taken a huge jump between February and March in terms of money lost, and it's just not getting any better. So let's go to the board. Board, though, is still happy with us, 52%. I guess we're going up. I think we were 51% last time we looked. So they're still somewhat confident in us. They still like our transfers. They still like our leadership support, locker room atmosphere. They're still a little upset with our tactics. We'll talk about tactics in a minute. But other than that, everything else is pretty much average and, doing pretty good. So that's fine. Looked at the club. We looked at our legends. Nothing much else has changed. Our finances are still okay. Everything else is all right. Facilities were still at Broadwood Stadium, although that might change. I don't know if they've got this built into the game or if I could make this happen. But I read online that CLYDE is actually thinking about moving, going back to their original hometown, or at least one of the original parks that they played in. They're looking to either build a new stadium or refurbish something in a different town. But anyway, they're thinking about leaving Cumbernauld, and Cumbernauld has actually started their own team, which is what we looked at the beginning of the season. There's another team playing at Broadwood Stadium. You can see here teams. Yeah, the Cumbernauld Colts. That's a team that I guess was put together to push CLYDE out, in some respects, or I don't know the exact intricacies of it, but that's what it seemed like to me. It seemed like the city was either getting ready for their departure or kind of like pushing them out the door by starting their own team. So, some drama going on there. All right, transfers. Some weird stuff going on. We've had 2 players decide to leave, but not now. They're leaving at the end of the season when their contracts run out. Ryan Lametti, 19-year-old. It's fine. We weren't going to play this guy anyway. Good riddance to you, young man. Good luck in the future. And then David Goodwillie has signed on with Inverness of the Championship, so you can't really blame him. Moving up a level, or 2 levels, I guess. To join a team, much higher rated than us, much more at his level, I guess. So we can't blame him. It's sad to see him go, but we'll be kind of excited to get his payroll off the books. And we got a lot of young players coming up, so I think we're going to be a youth team going forward in the future, and that's okay with me. I'm fine with dealing with youth teams. But it will be sad to see the Scottish Messi go play somewhere else, but we wish him luck in the future. And, he's still got the rest of this season to play out and to sort of make his mark here with CLYDE, and he's been doing that this season. We'll take a look at that in a minute. And then this guy, Lewis Wilson, keeps getting offers. He's okay, for a 21-year-old, but he doesn't really have much potential, so if he leaves, it's fine. Get out of here. Other than that, not much has happened. No transfers in, no transfers out since the last time we looked at it. Scouting, no difference. Competitions we looked at. Schedule we looked at. Medical center. Things are clearing up here. We got Darren Ramsey, who has been injured for a while with a torn calf muscle. He's still got another 2 weeks to go in his recovery. McKinley, I've settled on that pronunciation of his name, McKinley. He's been injured for a while. He's had a concussion. He just came back. He's still a little bit woozy, so we're not playing him right now. But going towards this stretch run, we could probably use his firepower, at least coming off the bench. Another, couple of things. Ramsey, he's got an increased risk of injury. He's also coming off a recent injury. And then Daknovich, our young phenom from our under-18 team, he's had heavy workload lately because he's been playing for his home country, Poland. Yeah, he's been playing for the Polish team. So he's had an extra heavy workload right now, so we're not playing him much either. Training, same, staff the same. Not much else going on. Oh, dynamics we can take a look at. Dynamics have been up and down. We've been fighting with these guys. You can see we got some unhappy people down here. Smart and Ferguson have been asking for more playing time. Duffy came out, he publicly unhappy with his amount of playing time, and then that, of course, caused our team captain, Kevin Nickel, to be worried about the locker room. He called a team meeting that we had to attend and assure everybody that we were going to improve the locker room atmosphere. So we've done that. We've clawed our way back up to average. We were down, pretty negative for a couple of games there. But it has been a fight. We have had to make some concessions to the players and make some promises. Go up here and take a look at our promises. So we've told Ferguson and Smart we're going to give them more playing time, and that has affected our tactics. And we've had to reassure Nickel that we're going to improve the locker room atmosphere. So I really got my hands tied right now by the players. And, I've had to, like I said, make some concessions to these guys in order to get things right. So what we've had to do is we've had to go back to the 4-1-2-3 DM wide, the formation that our fans hate apparently. But we've had to do it in order to get those wingers in the game, because what we'd done is we had gone back to the diamond formation, and the diamond formation had been working pretty well, and we'd gone back to several of our veteran players, and that had also worked pretty well. But now we got to go back to some of these youngsters, Ferguson and Smart, and see what we can do in Duffy as well at fullback. So these guys, they're going to have to put their money where their mouth is, or they're going to have to play well and score for us, or we're going to go back to the diamond and tell them to pound sand. But the one good thing about the diamond is it made me realize that we need to have good Willie at striker. He has been our leading goal scorer. He's got 11 goals this season. And putting him at striker has really, helped us generate some goals in the last few games. So that's what we're going with, and that's what we're doing here. We're going to be playing Montrose. We're going to hand this over to the assistant, let our assistant deal with everything. Going to go with the counter-attack mentality. Been starting off the games more with counter-attack to kind of basically just to feel things out and see how the other team's going to play against us without hopefully giving up early goals. And our defense has been pretty solid, as I mentioned before. It's just a matter of, can we generate a goal, and can we, if we get behind, can we come back? And we've done that a couple of times, but that was using the diamond formation. So if we get behind, we may have to switch to the diamond formation in the second half or something like that. So we'll see what's up with that. All right. Let's get to the match preview here versus Montrose. They are the favorites, 5-4 favorites. They're second position in the league. We are sixth position. So it's most likely that they're going to win, but, we're on a bit of a streak these days. We're, playing in pretty good form. We got a few guys here who have some good partnerships, especially Cudahy and Flynn have developed an actually decent partnership, so that's good. We've been playing Miller more lately. He has stopped going crazy and getting kicked out of every game, so hopefully that keeps up. We've been bringing Nickel off the bench. He's an older fella, and he doesn't quite have the stamina to last the whole game, but he can come in and sub for basically any of these positions. So it's very cool having him off the bench. Likewise, we got Burbridge and McKinley coming off the bench as well. Bradley and Breslin to round out our players. And let's go. Let's submit the team. Yeah. Our two guys we promised more playing time to are lacking match fitness, but there's not much we can do about that other than play them in games. And here we are, home game. And this is our lineup. Curry, of course, in goal. Stewart and Duffy at the fullbacks, as we mentioned. McNiff and Monroe still there at central defense, holding it down. Cudahy, Miller, Flynn. Miller has been our highest rated player, 7.13 rating in the last few games, so that's very good. Ferguson, Smart at the wings. Ferguson, most assists at 5, so I guess it's good to get him back in the lineup. And, of course, Good Willie at the striker. Top goal scorer, tied for most assists. He's got a lot of yellow cards, though, so we got to worry about that. All right, let's go. Let's get to the dressing room. Give these guys a pep talk. We could move into playoff position with a win here, so let's go. Curry is excited about that. Nobody else particularly cares, so let's go. Not exactly a banner crowd here today, but, you know, we're working on it. Maybe if we move stadiums and go back to our roots, then maybe we'll get some more fans. I've noticed that in my LAFC save, right now we're playing in a different stadium because our stadium that we built in 2018 is being renovated in 2019. But anyway, we're playing at a different stadium there with LAFC, and I've noticed the crowds are incredibly sparse compared to what they were at Bank of California Stadium. They were just packed. Here's Miller gets the ball stolen at midfield, and here's Montrose on the counterattack. They get it to the near side to Smith, but Smart is there. Nice play, young man. And there ends the highlight. All right. So first highlight out of the way. Clock is ticking. Let's see, make sure we're on the right amount of highlights here. We are on comprehensive highlights, so that's good. That's where I like to keep it because I've noticed that on the other kind of highlights, the shortened highlights, it doesn't give me a chance to kind of see the flow of the game. Here's Stewart with a throw-in to Smart. He gets the ball stolen. Counter-attack by Montrose. Here's Hay running free, gets it to Nickel. Defense is there, but he gets a shot on goal. Curry manages to make the save. Dropping stuff. So we're looking pretty good right now. All right, here's a free kick from Miller just outside the 18-yard box, and oh, what a save. I think their goalkeeper is also named Miller, so it's Miller to Miller. He got it on target, though. You can't ask for much more than that. Oh, their goalkeeper is Millar with an A. All right, so here they are. Montrose on the attack. They're trying to build up possession. Watson sends it forward. It's intercepted by Monroe. He blasts it forward. Oh, there's an awful touch by the defense. Goodwillie has about a half an hour to grab the ball. He takes a long shot, but that was an interesting turn of events. But the one problem with Goodwillie is he doesn't have that speed. So he's actually much better when we can build up play as opposed to counterattack and do stuff like this. He just doesn't have the foot speed to get over the top. So that's why the diamond formation worked so well with him in particular, because we could build up that possession, and he had another striker there with him who could get him the ball in more advantageous positions, and an advanced forward as well. So there was a corner for Montrose, but nothing came of it. Here they are now trying to build up possession again. Maybe we should send one of our wingers on attack. I don't know. There's Hay, gets the ball stolen from McNiff. He boots it downfield. Nobody there for our side. Stewart with the header. Smith sends it in again. Curry misplayed that. Had to just knock it out of bounds. So they're going to get a corner out of this. Here is Steves with the corner on the far side. Sends it in. Nickel is there, but Monroe heads it out. Flynn heads it down. Duffy with the steal. Let's see if we can counterattack now. Ferguson on the run. Let's see if he can get some support. Drops it back to Duffy. Duffy, not the greatest defensive fullback in the world, but he can do stuff like this. Ferguson, can he cross it? Nope. Pretty bad cross. Gets deflected, ends the highlight. All right, come on, boys. We're playing well. We're just not playing that well. Smart wearing the number 10 jersey now. Okay. Oops, there must be an injury. Yep, Hay is injured, so they booted out of bounds. And let's see if they're going to substitute him out or not. No, it doesn't look like it. Not yet, anyway. Clock is rolling at 25 minutes. There's a free kick for Montrose. Masson sends it in. Duffy heads it out. Watson gathers it in, tries to reset the offense, gets it to Dillon. It's into St. Clair. Let's get out of here. McNiff to Flynn. Miller heads it out. And Goodwillie can't catch it. There's the injured man. Hay scores on us. Come on. Come on, boys. What was that? We let a guy who's got like a ankle injury or something score on us. Apparently not offside either. So Miller just kind of heads it out. And Goodwillie can't get there in time. Again, that lack of pace. And there's Hay just making a run. Alright. So now this is when we kind of struggle. Is with this kind of situation. Because we're better on the counterattack. Here's McNiff sending it forward. Alright, we lose possession. Alright, we're going to have to change things up here. Let's go standard. And work the ball in the box, I guess. There's a nice steal from Miller. Sends it down the wing. Let's see. Goodwillie is there. No support. He gets by one man. Takes a wild shot. So Goodwillie can still score on his own. He is that good, but you know he's much better with support. Here's Duffy throwing on the far side. Cudahy. Miller takes a shot. Deflected out. Defense, but we grab it, send it back into Cudahy. Cudahy on the far side. Gets it wide to Duffy. Back to Cudahy. Into Ferguson. Ferguson over one man. He tries to center it, but nobody's making a run. We are going to get a corner out of it, though, far side. Almost sent the ball into the latrine over there. Here's Miller with the free kick. Sends it short. Nobody there. I've noticed the computer is playing much, much better against our corner play. It's almost as if Sports Interactive have changed the corner defense to counter my corner specifically. I mean, I don't want to get like, you know, paranoid or anything, but my corner is up on the Steam Workshop. Oh, there's a nice save from Curry. I don't know if he needed to save that, but he saved it anyway. So yeah, my corner play is up on the Steam Workshop, and it has been downloaded like close to 100 times. So maybe, you know, Sports Interactive looked at that and saw how effective it was and was like, oh, we got to change the base defense. Or maybe they just had enough complaints from other users around the world saying, hey, short corners, you know, works every time. Maybe you should do something about that. Anyway, here's a play forward. Stewart, the nice defensive play, gets it to Curry. Duffy blasts it forward. Goodwillie, ugh. Boy, their back defense is shaky. I would really love to get a striker in there with some speed, and we might be able to take advantage of those boys. Here's Nickel now on the attack for Montrose. He just sort of sends it wide. Was that deflected? I think it was. So we're going to go for the corners here. There we are. Sent the corner in, but we headed it out. Hay has it again. That injured man sends it wide. I would really love it if they covered that guy, but we're going to get another corner out of it. No, that was headed on by their man. Okay. All right. 32 minutes. We're still down a goal. Lots of highlights, man. Ballantyne throws it in on the near side for Montrose. To Watson. Back to Allen. Let's go, boys. Let's put a little pressure on these guys. We're not on the counterattack anymore, but we could still pressure these guys a little bit more, I think. Let's close down a little bit more. Steves has, because otherwise they might just end up doing this for the rest of the half. They're just sort of farting around with it at midfield and not not push him forward. There's Hay making a run. Come on, do not get beat by an injured guy. Thank you. He's tiny. I wonder how big that guy is. He looks like he's about 5'2". Anyway, here's Curry, sending it long. He was way out there. Flynn heads it down to Miller. Nice play. Sends it forward. Good Willie. Not going to get to that. I think at half, I might look at whichever winger is performing the worst here. And that, I got my choice there. Smart or Ferguson, neither one of them is performing particularly well. Nobody on our team is performing well, honestly, other than Miller. 6.8. All right, here's Good Willie. Making a run all by his lonesome. Gets the ball stolen by Masson, but Smart gets it. Centers it to Flynn. We got a man running free. Ferguson. Ferguson, what are you doing? I mean, he fights valiantly for it, but his decision-making must be poor or something. There's something wrong with him. Here's Miller with a kick. No good. Ferguson takes a shot. Like, he's done that a couple of times now. He's had a free run, and he just doesn't cross it. What was that? Oh, that's their team. Okay. They're trying to play it out of their half, but Ferguson gets the interception, sends it back to Cudahy. Cudahy looking to make a play, looking to start the offense. Get back to Flynn. Flynn to Ferguson. Sends it back to Miller. To Flynn. He tries to thread the needle to Ferguson. It's intercepted. They got their defense pretty well packed in there. Nickel making the run. He beats our defense. Can't beat Curry, though. So I think we need to send our fullbacks forward a little bit more. Maybe put them in support. There's a foul from Good Willie, I think. Yeah. So second half, we got some adjustments to make. Send our fullbacks forward a little bit. I think bring in another striker. Maybe go to the diamond formation if that's an option. Miller with a yellow card before half. That's no good. I mean, if both of our wingers are playing poorly, what's the sense of sticking with wingers, right? We could move Flynn up to the advanced playmaker. Bring in Nickel at defensive midfielder. And move Cudahy up to the central midfield. And then bring in our second striker. All right, let's take a look. And analysis. What do we got? Nothing. All right. Pep talk. Mixed mood. The players, what was that? Players give way to immediate focus on what you have to say. Okay, so they're focused. They're ready to do it here. Let's avenge what happened last time we played Montrose. There we go. There we go. All right. Tactics. Let's go with the diamond. We're going to move Good Willie up to advance forward. We're going to bring in McKinley. Maybe we'll switch those two around. We'll switch those two around. There we go. So Good Willie, his natural position is defensive forward. And we have McKinley up at the advanced forward. Hopefully that plays out. Then we can move Flynn up here. He's not really a great advanced playmaker, honestly. I don't know. How's Ferguson looking at advanced playmaker? He's not that bad. But he is on a 6.4 rating, so I'm going to take him off as well. Move Cudahy up here. Bring in Nickel. All right. I mean, there's no point in sticking with something that's not working. I mean, we kind of got to do it in order, for squad dynamic reasons, but we don't have to stick with it. We can be sneaky. Ball winning. Oof, we got 2 ball winning midfielders. I don't know how that's gonna go. Maybe that'll work out. We'll try that and see what happens. Actually, we got 3 ball winning midfielders. That is probably not a good idea, but that's really what we want to do. And now we're sending our fullbacks in the attack. We're going to change everything on these guys. They're not going to know what hit them in the second half. So there we go. Oops. I kind of wanted to change the tactics there. Oh, we are standard. More direct passing. Okay. Let's see what this does. All right, Watson. There's Cudahy. Wins the ball to Flynn. Gets it forward to McKinley. McKinley looking to Goodwillie. All right, this is what we want. Let's blast it forward. Let's get forward. Gets it out wide to Stewart, the fullback on the run. Sends it into McKinley. He loses the header, but Cudahy's there. Cudahy looking for some support out wide to Duffy. Duffy sends it across. And we're already putting much more pressure on these boys. Flynn with the attempt. He can at least give him an attempt there. It was blocked, but anyway, we get a corner out of it, far side. Feeling much better about this. Miller sends it in. It's headed out. We're going to have to change our corner play, I think. Goodwillie to Nickel, not paying attention. That's no good. And they're just forced to blast it downfield. Montrose doesn't quite know what to do right now. Their coach is shell-shocked, I think. The whole team is shell-shocked. There's Miller. Wins it. Cudahy. We're right back on the attack. Flynn. Back to Nickel. Cudahy. The diamond working out great. Cudahy sends it forward to McKinley. To Flynn. It's deflected, but Stewart is there. Goodwillie. He's tripped. No foul call, but I think, if we spend so much time in their 18-yard box, we're going to get a call eventually. All right, 50 minutes. Clock is counting. There's Flynn with a nice steal on the far side. Gets it to Nickel, and we're starting another attack. Nickel sends it forward to McKinley. Oh, nice flick on to Goodwillie. Goodwillie looking for some support. Cudahy now going to build the offense. Sends it forward. McKinley is there. There is our magic man. The young fella has come back from that nasty concussion. Look at him scoring goals. Him and Goodwillie puts a lot of pressure on the opposition up front. I mean, he just makes such magical runs. Look at that. He outfights the goalkeeper for the ball. This kid, I tell you, he's going to be something special. Keep an eye on McKinley, or however you pronounce his name. We've pronounced his name at least 4 different ways this season. And it doesn't honestly seem like that difficult of a name, but here we are on the counterattack again. Goodwillie looking for more support. Flynn has the ball. He gets dispossessed, and now Montrose is on the attack. Nickel. I mean, we got those ball-winning midfielders just harassing Montrose. They got nowhere to go down the midfield. They're going to have to go down the outside like that. Bad pass. Stewart is there for the intercept. And here we are on the counterattack again. Cudahy up to Flynn. We got a fullback streaking down the sideline, but Flynn does not see him. There's a late pass, but Stewart manages to foul, I guess. Or maybe he was offside. I didn't see the... Didn't see what happened there, but one of those things happened. He didn't get a card for it, so I'm going to assume offside. All right, we've tied it up. We've really dogged these guys in the second half. 60 minutes down. All right, here's Montrose. Throw in near side to St. Clair. St. Clair crossfield to Smith with the wide shot. That was a very dangerous attempt. Their first real highlight of the second half. All right, here's Curry now with the goal kick. Boots it downfield. Sending it toward Goodwillie. He does not win the header, but Stewart is there to collect the rebound. Goodwillie has it again. Finds Miller. Centers to Cudahy. Cudahy looking to make a play. Has to drop it back to Nickel. Wide to near side to Duffy. Sends it into Goodwillie. The header on goal, but Millar is there. I kind of want to send my fullbacks a little wider, but maybe not for defensive purposes. Like for offensive purposes, I'd like for them to be wider, but I don't know. All right, here's Millar looking to distribute the ball from goal, sending it short. Interesting. Are they just trying to waste time? No, apparently not. Here's Smith sending it long to Nickel. Nickel can't beat Curry one-on-one. We got to watch that on the back line, unfortunately. We might want to drop those guys back. I don't know. Here's St. Clair. Sends it in. Goodwillie heads it out. What I don't want is to get caught with another late goal. A lot of times when we lose games like this, it's because we get caught with a late goal. We're still going forward, still trying to win, and the other team is just doing this, sending it deep. But there's McNiff. There's another long ball, but doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere unless McNiff fouls it up. And he's just going to send it back long. I don't like this. We might want to try and play a possession style. Here's Stewart now. Yeah, that was a really terrible play. Stewart giving them a corner when it was not necessary. But all right, here we go. St. Clair sends it in. Oh, dangerous play. Curry has to make another save. And here's Montrose again with the corner. St. Clair on the far side sends it in. Nickel gets a foot on it to McIntyre. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Late goals have definitely been the bane of our existence. We've had so many good chances this half, and they have 2 corners right in a row where they have excellent chances. All right, let's build up the attack here, boys. Flynn sends it forward. Valentine wins it for Montrose. Here's Dillon now sending it forward. Boy, they are just beating our guys. There's Miller. Sticks his foot in there. Nice play. We might have to get him out of there for that yellow card, but he is playing pretty well. Duffy throw in near side to McKinley. He's harassed, but he gets it back to Duffy. Duffy centers it. Miller, yes, ties it up. Nice play, boys. Nice play. You know, I got to hand it to our veterans. They waited around all season while I played a lot of youngsters. And, you know, they didn't really complain until, you know, near the end of the season. And once they got in there, they started performing, especially in this diamond formation. So this might be our tactics going forward, as we start wide and then we move to the diamond second half if we need to. You know, because we have made those promises. We got to keep those promises. But we also need to win games. Here's Flynn. Can he get... We need Flynn not to be our attacking midfielder. That's for sure. He doesn't make very good decisions. Here's Miller. Sends it wide to Stewart. Stewart looking to the cross it. He does, but nobody makes the run. Millar scoops it up pretty easily. All right. We got 1 sub left. We don't really have anybody who can go in for Flynn, unfortunately. We haven't planned for this eventuality. Next game, we'll have the proper substitutes in there. We won't have Burbridge in there. We'll have, I forgot the guy's name, but we got another advanced midfielder. We'll have him in the game instead, or in the subs instead of Burbridge. But, meantime, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do with our last substitute? We could bring in Bradley or Breslin. I mean, our defense looks like they're playing really bad, but you know, maybe not. We could bring in Bradley for Stewart. A little bit better defense, I think, out there. Not really, no, honestly. Burbridge, no. Wilson, no. Let's just stick with this, I guess. Here's Monroe, gets the steal. Duffy. Oh, St. Clair is down, but it doesn't matter. McKinley, he ain't stopping for nobody. He gets tackled out of touch. So now they got to deal with this injury. All right, 72 minutes. The clock is running. Got a yellow card for Miller, but he's got an 8.1 rating and a goal, so we ain't taking him out. Here is McKinley. He gets the ball stolen. Allen sends it downfield. This is Montrose on the counterattack, such as it is. It looks like they're slow playing it a little bit. Muir has it at midfield. Sends it to Smith. Smith sends it into McLaurin. He beats the defense, but he can't finish. So that's... I mean, it's dangerous. These are dangerous times we're living in. Here's Watson with a free kick. It's that left foot almost on target. Curry has to make a stop. I couldn't tell if that was going to hit the crossbar, but better safe than sorry, I guess. So Montrose gets a throw in near side. McLaren has it just outside the box. Gets it to Muir. Muir centers to Smith. Smith. Oof, another save from Curry. I don't know what to do defensively here. Steves with the corner. Monroe heads it out. McLaren, though, gathers it in for Montrose. Looking out. Wow. That was awful. I don't know if that was a bad pass or if his other guy was out there picking daisies. But whatever. We get a throw-in out of it. 81 minutes. Nickel back to Duffy. Duffy sends it long to McKinley. A bad touch. He hurts himself. McKinley is out. All right, boys. We're going to have to go back to wing formation. Because all we got coming off the bench is we got defenders. Flynn can't play striker. All we got coming off the bench is defenders and wingers. So we're going to have to bring in Burbridge. Play him on the left, where he is not particularly adept. He can play inside forward, I guess. Duffy, put you on support. So we're going to have Stewart running down that side. Burbridge inside forward. All right, let's see what that does for us. Yeah, I should probably sit back and take a draw, but gosh, I don't know. All right, here's Watson. Sends it forward to McLaren. McLaren offside. Let's go counterattack. Here's McNiff. Free kick on the left-hand side. Sends it across to Burbridge with the header. No good. And Montrose blasts it out of there. All right, Monroe sends it back to McNiff. Sends it downfield. Burbridge on the run. The inside forward is offside. But you know what? Good run. You know, he showed some pep there. All right, 87 minutes. Valentine throws it into Nickel. Nickel tries to center, but Cudahy is there waiting. Sends it up to Goodwillie. Goodwillie's got Burbridge again streaking down the sideline, but he doesn't pass it far enough. Duffy, though, intercepts to Flynn. Flynn again. Everybody's trying to get the ball to Burbridge. He heads it down to Goodwillie. Defense is there, though. I guess he's the freshest player, so people are trying to get him the ball, but it's not working out very well. Valentine gets it back to the goalkeeper, sends it downfield. Stewart gets it back to Burbridge. He's become the focal point of our offense. Goodwillie, nope. Nope. Loses the ball. McLaren offside, though. All right, that's good. Take a drink of tea. I'm getting hoarse here. All right. Monroe. Come on, boys. You can do it. Miller. Out wide again to Burbridge. That man. He is everywhere. Centers it into Goodwillie. Goodwillie has it off the side. I mean, that was a terrible angle. But, you know, I have to appreciate the attempt in any event. That's like our first attempt in a while. 88 minutes and counting. These last few minutes have been taking forever. There's just all kinds of highlights. Flynn almost gets past Steves, but then Steves gets it forward to McLaren, and here's Montrose on the counterattack. Nickel blasts one off the crossbar. Duffy. Oof. Everybody else on our defense was standing still. It was only Duffy who hustled to get that ball. So, you know, I got to give him some props. A guy who's been complaining about playing time. We give him some playing time, and he makes a play like that. He's got an assist on the day. So he has been, you know, coming through. Money where your mouth is, boys, and he's been doing it. All right. Nichols gathers the ball in, gets it back to McNiff. Back to Curry, who has some form of injury, which is not what we want to see. Goodwillie heads it down to Burbridge, who slide tackles himself, but he manages to retain possession of the ball. Gets it wide to Flynn. Flynn playing out of position. He sends it across to Burbridge. Oh, man. That was a good play. Just couldn't finish it, but you know what? Last couple of minutes, that was outstanding. if we could just finish a few of those this season, I mean, we would have a much better record, but not to be. There's a nice steal from Monroe. Gets it forward. There's Burbridge, that man again on the run. He gets tripped. Oh, just outside the box. We almost had a penalty kick right there. That would have been a great way to end it. Ballantyne picks himself up a yellow card for that foul. He stopped what could have been an imminent goal. So who's taking this kick? Is it Miller? It is Miller. See if he can get the ball on target. Nope. That was a weird angle for a free kick. But anyway, Curry, what sort of injury does he got? Potential hand injury. Not good for your goalkeeper to have a hand injury. 6 minutes of stoppage time. We are 4 minutes into that right now. So let's see what happens in the final 2 minutes. 1 minute left. Looks like both teams are going to settle for a draw here, possibly. Redmond picks up a yellow card. Another free kick for Miller. Come on, you can do it. Oh, Miller to Millar. Makes another save on the free kick. 15 seconds to go. That would have been one heck of a game winner. Here we go. Duffy just blasts it forward again to Burbridge. Heads it on to nobody in particular. Here's Montrose. Tries a counterattack. Nope, McNiff is there. So you can see our team is pretty comfortable on the playing counterattack. It's just a matter of Stewart sends one in. It's just a matter of, can we keep the game, can we get ahead or stay tied? And that will allow us to continue to play counterattack. Because if we get behind and we play counterattack, we're just going to waste the whole game. But there we go. We pull out another draw. So you can see our team is just, it's just 1 or 2 plays away. Or maybe we just need to suck it up and play diamond formation. I don't know. I just, I can't have a locker room revolt on my hands. But we have to win. So anyway. What a comeback. Great effort. Yeah. I mean, we were supposed to lose that game. No doubt about it. Everybody had picked us to lose. So we get a draw. We get a point out of it. That's good. Pep talk. We did that. Analysis. I mean, we were right down the middle of the field. That's pretty good. They were all over the joint with their possession. A lot of possession in their third. So that's probably not what they're looking for. Match stats. Here we are on the left-hand side. Miller. Another outstanding game for Miller. He's calmed down, stopped fouling everybody, and he's become one of our best players. So that's very helpful for us. McNiff, another poor rating. I don't know what it is about this guy. He seems to play well, but he just has poor ratings. So I don't know what. Maybe everybody's, when we get scored on, maybe it's because of McNiff, and that's why his ratings are so low. I don't know. But anyway, let's end that there. Let's leave the match and see where we end up with that point. So I think that that ties us with Berwick. Yep. They're ahead of us on goal differential. But you can see we're still right in the thick of that hunt for that 4th playoff spot. Wait a minute. Why are there only 4 spots? Why are there only 4? You can't have a 3-team playoff, can you? That's not possible. So does the top 5 go into the playoffs? What's the deal? What's the deal here? Competitions. League 2. Let's look at the rules. Have not done that yet because I just assumed. Let's see. Promotion. Top team wins promotion. Qualification. Teams 2 through 4 qualify for promotion playoff semi-final. So that's three team semifinal. So does the top team play in the promotion playoff? Like, why would you bother playing in a promotion playoff when you've already been promoted? Is it like, can you get double promoted? Double secret promotion? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But anyway, hopefully we find out. Anyway, let's get out of here. Curry injured. Oh, out for 10 to 13 days. We're gonna have to bring our 16-year-old up and play him a game or two while Curry recovers from his injury. Yeah, Miller, heck of a game. We'll praise Miller for that. You were a superb. Thanks, boss. Excellent. All right, so that should have helped our dynamics, right? Yeah, dynamics on the way up, match cohesion up, everything looking good. So, all right, moving on down the schedule, we'll come back for the final game of the season versus Berwick, and that could be for the final playoff spot because Berwick is right up there. We're tied with them right now for 5th place, and at minimum, we need to finish 5th place. So even if that's a 5th place game, we're going to play it out. But it's going to be a very important game, I have the feeling, no matter what, unless we just fall off a cliff these last 5 games, which would be terrible. But yeah, so we got 5 more games to play, and then maybe we'll have some playoffs. So hopefully we do. But until next time, we'll see you later.
CLYDE, who will fill your heart with pride. Dressed up in the red and black, we are now sign on the back. They've a wing.